Yeah, I'm talking about the basics of human survival. Things just get really simple and really clear. How much we actually need each other. It's not different in New York. You know, you need each other just as much. It just feels like we don't. Yeah, all for one and one for all is a real idea in the Kalahari.
Many pieces of chicken and turkey that I've never seen this process before. Wow.
Yeah, I'm saying, boy, we're gonna say that right now.
I think I would be in charge of entertainment. You know, no fair food.
Oh, that looks infected. That. I'll just hang on to
Well,
it.
just bang the babies. But just in your pajamas, yeah?
Yeah, man.
So is that nice? On this one, sleep.
Yeah, oh, it looks like a bite to me, bro.
Like a spider bite.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks like a bite, that, bro. Right, Mark, while he's asleep, I'm going out to have a smoke, yeah? You know what? It's fucking cold out there. I need... where have I left me hat? What you say? Everything's in the buggy.
No, I mean everything I put over there near the buggy.
Oh, right. Me hat's probably in my pocket. Maybe, no. No. But, goodbye, hello. So finally we got the little man off asleep, you know. Yeah, so we went down memory lane over there. Now, shout out to everybody, okay? So many years ago, right, I lay on the railway line over there on my children's lives. It's like I was on me nut on cocaine. You know, over there, look, you can see the bridge from here. See down there, see that bridge? And I salute it. That railway line, I salute it. If you've got suicide ideology, talk to somebody about it, because look, it could lead there. You know, like I'm not playing, I don't play when it comes to mental health. You know, men need to speak up, fuck your pride. You know what? So what if you're a fucking tough guy? Who gives a fuck? If that's the only skill you have in life is being a tough guy, well then there's not a lot to you. You're easy to read, very predictable. Triggers can end up being diggers. And them triggers that become diggers could end up burying you. Burying you. You know, but you have to be strong. You know, you have to. You haven't got a choice. You know, if you're a survivor of suicide, listen. Talk to somebody, right? You know, because it's like at the end of the day, let's go in the shed and be like a pirate today. Yuppa. So, that bridge over there, I tried to end life, right? But, you know, God is good all the time. You know, guys, give me a second. I'm having a break. You know, like I said, I'm working on smoking, on not smoking too much, you know. On smoking, on not smoking too much, you know. It's now what? It's now 1:15 and this is me. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, I should say. Shout out to everybody in the community that has mental health issues. Listen, a lot of us have mental health issues and a lot of us won't talk about it, but you need to. You know, it's like talking about it is a solution, you know. Or we can go swinging in that. Houston, we have a problem. I have your lunar module in my back garden. Yes, you see. Just because I'm not here. I don't need to be here. This is here. This is me man and dad's gaff. Both of them are dead. Oops. This is me dad's garden. Here, know this, yeah? An Irishman will know this. Always have 2 shovels. Just in case one breaks when you're burying a cunt. You know. Can you hear that over at the Etihad? They're doing sound rehearsals. But anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. You know. Shout out to all the people on the community that has mental health issues. Listen, and I'll tell you something, yeah? I don't give a fuck how tough you are, right? So what if you've been shot? So what if you've tried to kill yourself? But guess what? You know when you survive something like that here? Trigger City over there for me. Triggers can become diggers. And before long, you're buried. That's the Etihad. I don't know who's over there. Or I can... Make some noise here. What's going on over there? I'll make all the noise you want. Yup, you bowsy. But, nah, listen. I need to spend time with my family. You know, it's important to me. You know, I'm not a very healthy fella. But look at here. I'll take it. You know, and I'll make it. And I won't have to fake it. Make no mistake it. Just like chocolate cake it, I'll eat it. Adversity, I eat that shit for breakfast. Dinner and tea. And to all the tough guys on YouTube, tough, yeah, go on out with that. No one's ever seen you have a fight. You can't even fight. What are you going on about? You know. shout out to all the tough guys in Manchester who think they're well hard and well smart. Yeah, but you forgot one thing. A lot of people in this city have a lot of secrets. And believe me, I've got a belter of a secret to tell you, but I won't tell you yet. I'm holding on to it like an ace. I'd like to shout out to all the people that haven't believed in me, who've called me names. Fair enough, like I said, I've never did anything on you. What have I ever did to you? You know, for you to betray me and stab me in the back. And that's aimed at a few people. I forgive you. You know, that's the kind of man I am, bub. You know, I told you, don't pick a side, or we will collide. My face I'll never hide, and sometimes you have to decide. Do you understand? So, the little man's asleep. We're doing swing songs in there in a while. You know, I put him in there and push him. You know, and he like, yeah. He's gonna be like a little astronaut. And all I have to do is do the spinneroonie. The spinneroonie. You know. Wheel of Fortune. You know, like the kids, you know, it's like they love this garden, you know. Like I said, this is my parents' garden. There's something going on at the Etihad, I think. I can hear the DJ warming up. Like I said, you know, Thomas will be out here later on playing in the garden. Can anybody hear that in the background? Hey Paul, come here, can any of you hear that in the background? The Etihad is just there, and the co-op is next to it. But I took a trip down memory lane to see how strong I am. So we went to visit an old train track. You know, like, yeah, face your fears and salute them. That's what I did. I went over to that bridge many years ago. You know, and now I walk past it. Not all the time, it's very rare. But I went over there and I made a few videos and I fucking saluted it. You know, you're not having me. Fuck that. Like, God didn't want me yet. Maybe he wanted me to stay around a bit longer and help a few people on YouTube. I don't fucking know. Anyway, how are you, Paul? I'm having a little break, bro. First smoke this afternoon. It's like nearly 1:30. You know, I'm working on cutting down, you know. My lungs aren't too good. I have a shadow on my lung. So I've been trying to cut down. You know, I even have one of them vape pens. You know, like I said, my son is gonna have many weekends here. You know, and it is what it fucking is. Oh, I'm delighted for you. Well, bro, it's the same with me. My family will probably be up here today. Me kids, me son, me daughter, me grandsons. You know. There's a gig going on over there at the Etihad. I don't know what it is. Oh. But it's raining. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold here. Do you know who's playing over at the co-op? I can hear the DJ warming up. Oh, fucking hell. It's cold. The little man's asleep. Give everyone a wave, bro. Go on. So me little man's asleep. Look. Hey. You know he's asleep. Waiting for him to wake up. Mark, do you want a cup of tea? Cup of tea time. What's my phone on? 16%. Yeah, we'll get away with that, we will. Hang on, guys. Can you just stay there a second? Paul, who are you going tonight? Shh. Who are you going tonight? Shout out to Wales. How are you, Joe? Like I said, everybody's welcome here. It doesn't matter whether you're English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish, gay, straight, lesbian, has-been, A-rab, B-rab, C-rab. Everybody's welcome. Would you like a cup of tea, mate?
Yeah.
Would you like a cup of tea, mate? Would you like a cup of tea, mate? But, nah, listen, right, so we're going to talk about a couple of things, okay? We're going to talk about forgiveness, okay? And in life sometimes, even though you're not in the wrong, sometimes you have to take the lead. And you have to apologise for people. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is YouTube on here. Be careful who you get close to on here. You know, be careful who you help on here. You know, shout out to the people who hide other people's goodness. Don't be listening to anybody from Manchester about me. If you want to know anything about me, ask me, brother. Or the people that know me. Yeah. You know. Yeah, I've got an ace up my sleeve for somebody. Hey, someone who told lies about me, yeah, I've got something special for you, Muppet. Like, there's a couple of people on here who talk too much. Now, I come on here to help people. I've got complex PTSD, survivor's guilt and psychosis. My brother has bipolar and I reckon the other one's a schizophrenic. And my sister as well, bless her. We all have mental health issues. I believe mental health is hereditary. And if you see your parents arguing as a kid and all, you don't realise how much it can affect you when you get to an adult. Like when I was a kid, my dad beat the brakes off me. I'll be honest with you, I was a naughty kid. I deserved it. But there's other ways to discipline your kids. I've never hit me kids. I might shout at them and they might do me head in sometimes, but I've never laid a hand on any of them. Yeah, I've been forgetting a lot of things. You know, I've been misplacing things. Now, my brother will tell you, I sleepwalk, and one night I jumped the fence, still asleep, and went into my neighbour's house. Me bro. Yeah. Right, my brother will tell you. So, bro, I just want you to do me a quick thing. The night I sleepwalk, what did I do while I was asleep?
Went into the next door neighbour's
I
house.
jumped over the fence.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, and woke up in my neighbour's house. As a kid, I used to sleepwalk. I'd open the door and walk out, and people have brought me back to my mum's on 2 occasions. Patsy Denton and Edie Top in Bluebell Flats. When I was 8, I was put on Ritalin, right? Me mother was very damaged because of losing the children. And when I was younger, she had a few breakdowns because of it. And I lived in my granny's in Bluebell alongside a couple of other families who ended up moving up to the area where I grew up. You know, being Ballyferm at Cherry Orchard Avenue. You know, near the community centre. It's like every night there'll be about 50, 60 people easy. About 10 girls and 40 or 50 lads all sitting on my corner. And that's where all the trouble started, sitting on that corner, because as a kid, I didn't ask my parents for money because my father the same, what you want money for? You know, it's like, and the signs are there. Like, at 13 I got into trouble by my father. I was at the bin playing cards in my mate's house. They were playing cards, I fell asleep, they shaved me eyebrows, never told me. I went home, knocked at the front door, my father answered it, and as I was about to walk in, he went, hang on a minute. Are you on drugs? I said, no, why? He said, where's your fucking eyebrows? Smacked me in the face. Do you understand? Told me mother, Jay, what am I going to do? He's smoking the hash. He's got holes all over his clothes. It's like his eyes are red, bloodshot, and his eyebrows are gone. And he's a gap in his eyebrow, and it's bleeding. I was asleep, I didn't even feel it. But me friends, they let me go home, you know, the bastards. There you go, brother.
Bang on the floor for me, bro.
Nah, look, it is family, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm very family orientated. I love me family. We're very close. Me and me 2 brothers and me sister, we've been around each other all our lives. You know, I made the decision at 21 to leave Ireland, and it was the best decision I made, because I didn't want I didn't want my brothers to be like me. You know, I wasn't a very good role model for my brothers when I was younger. But when God got me out of jail at 21, my brother will tell you, listen, I am my brother's keeper. And if King Kong was outside trying to hurt one of my family, see me, I'd go out and he'd kill me dead. He'd grab me by one hand, bite me head off and throw me over his shoulder. But you know what? I wouldn't be afraid to stand in front of King Kong for me family. Here, kill me now, go on. But see, this spear is going in your fucking eyebrow, mate, or your chest or anywhere. Because your family is your family. And if anybody tries to interfere with that, or jeopardise that, or go out of their way to cause you harm and problems, listen, there's going to be one day where we're going to meet again. And I'm praying there's no cameras there. Don't think I forgot what you did. Yeah. You won't do nothing to me, mate. You would have done it already. You know. You know, You know, when people help you on here and you give them credit for it. You know, this YouTube community, we've got about 32% of the good side. 68% is the negative side, the dark corner. Listen, anybody who goes in there and engages with these people, you're enabling them. You are what you call an enabler. You know, you excuse certain behaviours. You try to normalise things. You know, a lot of yous need other men to tell you you're the man. You need validation. Do you understand? Like, what is it with men on YouTube? Now, whether you like me or hate me, right? I've a serious question for you guys that come in and now and watch me. Could you just answer me this question? Why is it on YouTube lads try to act hard in front of the community? Shout out to Dublin, that's it. Why is it, men, we seek validation of other people? You know, can you tell me why? You know, why do men seek validation? Like, they want other men to pat them on the back and say, yeah, you're the man. You know, it's like, it's very juvenile behaviour. You know, like if you need another man to fillet your ego, you know, you need to wake up and be humble. Stay humble before you're humbled or tumbled. You know, and some of yous have been fumbled. And shout out to Transformers, my favourite is Bumbled. B. T. For me. But, like I said, yeah, between me and him sitting right there, yeah, he's got bipolar. And I can't turn around to you and say, oh, I know what it's like to have bipolar, because I don't. It's the same way Mark can say here, I don't know what post-traumatic stress disorder is. Because they're labels, okay? And these labels, when it comes to mental health, listen and I'll tell you, right? If you watch me short, I done something really stupid years ago when I was drugged off me tits. I was smoking something I shouldn't be smoking, and me family found out about it, and I was embarrassed, and you know what I mean, but I tried to do something really stupid, and I'm glad I didn't succeed, because I ended up becoming a granddad and a daddy again. You know, never give up the fight. You have to keep talking about it. Men on YouTube seek validation. They're afraid to talk about their feelings. Do you understand? Because you're worried about what the next man is thinking about you. You know, fuck what other people are saying. As long as you're the man in your household, that should be enough for you. Too many people on YouTube think they're better than everybody else. You run down drug addicts and alcoholics, but yet on a Sunday or a Saturday night you're out and you're in the toilet having a cheeky line and you criticise drug addicts. You're a fucking hypocrite. Do you understand? There's a lot of people come in here that are going through drug withdrawal, drug addiction, alcoholism, and yous run them down. Some of yous kick people when they're down, but here, you know, when you kick me, here, don't let me fucking up. You know, I'm trying to stay humble here. It's like, but it's very hard. You know, because there's a couple of people in our community that are fucking way out of line. They've crossed the line, in fact. You know, you see, you can't, if you insult me, it's one thing, but if you insult me mother here, now this, my brother here, yeah, we were raised a certain way, so, shout out to the person who called me a thief. How's it going in Manchester? I believe you're the top G in this city now. You're calling shots, threatening people, contacting people's partners. Like, men don't do that. You know, 2.5 years ago I started this journey, right? And I start speaking to people, right, that have drug addictions, that still smoke crack, that still snort cocaine, still take medicine, still take tablets, still take this, still take that, right? So, shout out to Scotland, bro. Like I said, there's a lot of good men in Scotland. I get on with a few lads from Scotland. I get on with Gavin, I get on with Donny from Scotland. Donny Mac, I think his name is. Proper humble fella, you know. But the way I see it is, look, I come on here to help people, and I've did me damn best to do it. But some people don't appreciate it. And you know, when you help somebody and you do it out of love, like what, all the new people that come in and out of my channel, right? Everybody grows a YouTube channel to make money. I didn't do it for the money, I did it for the honey. Because talking to people from all over the world is sweet, like honey, and I can taste it. It fulfills my nourishment. I pause my monetization just to prove to you and every other nation this has never been about money. This has been about dedication. Do you understand? Here, if you want, you can have a demonstration. You know. Say no more. Look, I won't keep you waiting. Hand up like that. Just imagine you have 2 gloves on, right? So I'll always keep my hand there, my left hand there, just in case you go bang. So I can hold my hand and you think me here, you understand? So I'll just go bang, and then go gone, and then go 3 times. Like, it's easy, if you're southpaw, it's easy just to read somebody. And what I think is gonna happen tonight, if you're a UFC fan, and even if you don't like me, right? Paddy Pimblett is fighting Justin Gaethje tonight. Justin Gaethje is a savage when it comes to leg kicks. So this is what's gonna happen tonight. Justin Gaethje's gonna be like that, yeah? He's gonna feint the right hand and he's gonna go bang. I've just hurt me fucking toe. I need to go and get me charger. But shout out to Scotland, Wales, England, Ireland, and all over the world. Let me get me charger. I just broke my toe. Wow, our hamsters. Bro, listen, I like hamsters. Shout out to Hamster City. You know, but nah mate, listen, people come in from all over. You know, and I always welcome everybody. You know, everybody's welcome. Loneliness is now a bigger health risk than smoking. Wow, that is a statement. Clarity Whisper. Hey, I like that. I like that. Shout out to Dog Shesson Shelt and Clarity Whisper. What? Well, it's very hard when you're a smoker, you know. I'm trying to do the best I can, you know, but you know, stress and pressure can add to a like, you know. That one's wasted, so spare one. That's fine. Nah, listen guys, right, all jokes aside, yeah. So, I never come on here for profit. Like, money wasn't even on my mind when I grew this channel. Long story short, I trusted somebody enough who I called a friend, who knew everything about computers, who had a VPN on his laptop. You know, I didn't know what a VPN was, but I found out what it was. I didn't know what algorithms was or analytics until last year. You know, the very beginning of 2025. Or late 2024. Like, I always did this to help people. You know, people that have been in prison, that have mental health issues, people who are in recovery. Shout out to Pac-Man. You know, must be now 26 days easy, 27 days. So shout out to Pac-Man. I admire people with courage. The problem is on YouTube, everybody's afraid to talk about their feelings because you're so well hard, aren't you? You know, listen, we see how tough you are. You know, yeah, like I said, yeah, my hands are destroyed. All of them. Really. You understand? Yeah, you see that? You know why I got that? But bro, that's a good quote, that. Loneliness now is a bigger help. Hey Mark, how about this for a quote? Loneliness is now a bigger health risk than smoking. Loneliness now is a bigger killer than smoking. Like heartache. Fucking peaceful. Fucking now I got. Okay. We have to do it. Doing it well. But like I said, listen here. If anybody's ever insulted me on here, or anybody's ever told lies about me on here, or if anybody's ever threatened me on here, I forgive you. On my children's lives, all of them, I forgive every single one of yous. Even the ones that disrespected me recently and a few months ago, I forgive you. But we're all responsible for our words, and there's a couple of people that insulted somebody very dear to me. Yeah, hey, and our sons know what you said. Yeah. Hey, piss in the cup. Yeah. Can you do that? I can. There's a few phonies on the community who tell people that they're this and they're that, and they're humble and noble. I'd say it's more paranoid schizophrenia. Jail does funny things to people. Like, I have a friend that did 24 years, and you know what? He survived it, and he did his jail just like a lot of me friends at home have done long prison sentences and got out and tried to change their life. You know, tried to get that W back. You know, if not for you, for your kids, because they depend on you. You know, like, we're supposed to set standards for our kids. I'm not perfect. I can't judge anybody. All I can do is forgive the people who have really upset me, and a couple of yous that made threats to me, yeah? You know, yeah, and they were all clipped, by the way, no need, you know, but, you know, like, stay humble, you know, that's all I ask you to do, is to be respectful, you know, that's it, you know, but if you want to be a dick, well then you be treated like one, you understand? It's like, I think I'm a very reasonable man, I'm a very reasonable guy, you know, you can talk to me, you can reason with me. But you know, when people blatantly disrespect you, you can't tolerate that. You know, listen, Stevie Billings and Max were two of my best mods, and I got rid of the two of them for playing around. And I don't play, but what I will say, this is the fourth quarter. Shout out to me daughters. It's like, I have to forgive everybody. You know, I don't carry a hatred in my heart. It's not in me. And I know there's a couple of people regretting that they said certain things to me. But like I said, it's like, I'm used to it. You know, if people want to disrespect you, you can't do nothing about that. You know, but it's like on a level. Yeah. Ninja shit. Right, let me get this up. Joanna, give me. Joanna, I'm going out for a smoke. Yeah. Before he wakes up, or I'm gonna go and have a quick fight. But if you're okay, you know what I mean, he's... Oh no guys, they're gonna have to wait a minute. You're gonna have to stay there because my phone is only on 6%, yeah? Sorry guys, my phone's on 4%. Can you just stay there a minute? Just... Guys, just do me a favour, yeah? Just let me have a smoke at the back door, yeah? And I'll be back in a second. My phone's on 5%, so I'm just charging it, yeah? But there is a couple of things I'd like to share with you. Like I said, in life you have to be humble and noble, you know what I mean? And you can't let anybody assassinate your character. Okay, so if I do something on you, yeah, if I insult you or if I do something on you, it's because you did something to me first. You know, like, there's a couple of people on here that have listened to other people talk bad about me. There's a couple of people on here that come in and try to steal some of my audience and some of me mods, talking shit behind me back. Reconnected, that. Reconnected, baby. One sec. So, how's it going, everybody? So, we're in Basic, you know. I'm back home, I am. You know. And I'd like to shout out to the people who I thought were my friends. If you knew the truth, what was going on with me, you'd stand the fuck down and back the fuck off, you know what I mean? I just want to hit me target, you know, that's it. I'm done helping people, because it's like you get people you help and then they insult you and threaten you and try to destroy your life. Hey Glenn. Many subs are you on? I'm down at me Mars, Glenn. I got some bad news the other day, bro. 50 subs. Go on, son. Here, do me a favour, yeah? In a little bit, go on your YouTube and click on the little cross button. Try go live, and it'll send you a message saying in 24 hours you'll be able to go live, right? I told you, didn't I? Get up out of that. And if you're not sub to Glenn Aiken's channel, 359, can you do it? If you're not sub to Frank Callahan's channel, can you do it? If you're not sub to Finn and Air Pablo, and give Fable a shout out as well. You know, we had a misunderstanding a few months ago, but everything's good. You know, well, Glenn, make as many shorts as you can. And, bro, use your channel for positive things. Let's say you're a stock car driver. Let's say you're a rally driver. Or let's say you're a truck driver. While you're doing your shit, bro, make videos. You know what I mean? Out on the roads, you never know what you're going to see. And bro, listen to me, and I guarantee you'll hit 100 in a month, right? Make at least 10 shorts a day. I know you might find it hard to do, but bro, listen, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm a fucking idiot with a degree. I've got a degree on life. You know, Glenn, I went over to the place where I tried to kill myself this morning and stood there and said, look at me now, mama. You know, I no longer want to kill myself. You know, I want to live for me kids. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm spending time down here. I'm going to probably be spending a lot of time down here. But, yeah, I tried to end my life over there. Off me head on crack one night. You know, hearing voices and all. And bro, I was taking medication at the same time. You know, and I had a meltdown. It's like when I lost me dad, I lost a lot of money belonged to him. His life insurance, 290 grand. He would have gotten two policies, one for 170, one for 120. But me mum, after he died, hit the bottle. Oh, here, hang on guys, let me plug this in, cause it's gonna die. Just give me a second, cause it's gonna die on me. There we go. You're gonna have to stay like that. No, well, bro, I was thinking about it at the time, you know, and it's like, oh, my shit died, guys. Hang on a minute, yeah. My phone died. Give me a minute, yeah. I have to have it on charge. Hello, people. Yeah, so Glenn, bro, how old are you? No, bro. I just didn't want to show off me hair, me red fucking hair. The washing machine is going. It's like I'm having some bonding time with my son and my family. I want to spend as much time with my son as I can. Yeah. So yeah, we're here. We're probably gonna go to the park in a little bit. You know, when he wakes up, I'm gonna put his little Converse on, his little Vans, sorry. And I'm gonna take him down to the playground. You know, I'm gonna let him run around. You know, I make a few videos. You know, special videos. And even if next year, if I'm not here, me videos will always be there, whether it be for a year or whether it be 20 years from now, whether I'm here. I've made over 7,050 videos. That's some achievement, that, you know. So last night, I had me two brothers here, yeah, so sometimes Tom acts strange around them because I don't be here a lot, but since he's come down, he's bonded with his Uncle Mark, his Uncle Alex, you know. All the neighbours on the street love seeing him because they all know me, you know. I get on great with everybody on this housing estate. It's just like Ballyfermot in a way, except for I know more people on this community than I do back home. And that's a lot. And it's a lot of love as well. Whether you're laughing at me or whether you're laughing with me, sometimes to release stress levels, I try to be a bit funny or a bit entertaining or whatever you want to call it, or being a gobshite. You know, I've always been a gobshite. You know, there's no point in running away from who you tried to bury, because he will resurface one day. And try be very merry, you know. If you're not humble in life by the time you're 50 years old, you'll never understand it. You have to be humble in life, you know. You have to be respectful to people in life. And I used to be a supervisor on the line years ago, right? It was like a mad job in Dalehead Fields, and I had my own section. And there was loads of us in it, and we all worked together as a unit, you know. Teamwork. I'm a big team player, and I'm a fan of a good team. And I'm 8 subs away from 4,400 subs, and I'm delighted with me progress, because it's like I've no business knowing what I know or what I've learnt in life, you know. I've learnt you have to be humble. I've learnt your mommy and your daddy is gonna die. You're gonna lose family members. You're gonna lose aunties, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, the whole shebang, you know. So get ready, 'cause it's coming. And I tell you what, I'm glad my turn's out of the way. Do you understand? Losing your parents, man, you know, it'll bring you to your knees. You know, I truly believe that. When you lose your parents, a part of you dies. Whether you like me or not, we've got one thing definitely in common. We've got parents. It takes two to tango. You've got a daddy out there somewhere and a mammy just like me. I had. But me and my family are grateful for the amount of time that we had with our parents, because there's some people out there. I have a family member whose mum died when he was 10. You know. So, 1 second, guys. Hang on. Sorry about that. Well, that's what I'm going to try to do, Glenn. So, Glenn, if you're listening to me, right? 1 sec. Yeah, so, Mia, listen, you have to be able to face your fears, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like, I'd sooner smoke, mate, in all fairness, so don't mess with alcohol. And I'm really proud about that too, you know. I seen what alcohol does to people. You know, I seen it as a kid, and I recognised certain things, you know, when I was younger, and I made a promise to me granny, like, when I was a kid, my nanny made me swear in the Bible I'd never hit a woman, or be a bowsy or an alcoholic, like me dad, you know. And I ended up turning out like him, except for I didn't drink. That wasn't my thing. I like to smoke. But it's a weekend, and I have me little man mate. It's like, so, yeah. What percent are we on? Show me. 4%. Hang on. So, what I'd like to talk to you today, 8 kids with the same woman, married 20 years. Shout out to your dick, bro. You know what? Tell you what, bro, 8 kids. Yup, that's your family fucking sorted. Next generation of your breed. I've got 2 sons and a daughter that have my second name. You know. I think it's a blueberry, bro. Mixed with something else. So mate, what's your predictions for the UFC tonight, guys? Come on, tell me. Yous know I like talk fighting. You know, let's talk UFC 324. If you're a UFC fan, what's your top 3 fights tonight on the card? Who's gonna get fighted tonight? Trappy. I won't call you Nappy, I'll call you Trappy, right? So Trappy, I'm a big UFC fan, right? Me favourite division, hello Google, me favourite division is the 155 division, lightweight, yeah? So Islam vacated the belt, and Amarin Takorian, or whatever his name is, he didn't make weight for the main event. He fucked the weight up. You know, he was like 3 pound overweight or something stupid like that, yeah? You're a professional. When you turn up, you have to make weight. You have to be either 125, 135, 145 or 155 division. And then you go up to welterweight, you know, go up to 170. I'll be honest with you, right? I reckon Justin Gaethje is going to attack Paddy's legs, but I reckon Paddy's going to submit Justin. My brother reckons that. Mark, are you still going with...
Yeah, I reckon Gaethje's a bit too much.
Mark, listen, right, here's the thing. You know, if Paddy wins tonight, it's going to send his career to the stratosphere. He's very marketable, Paddy, and he's a Scouser. You know, and I love the Scousers, and they say Scousers don't get knocked out. Well, Paddy needs to get his chin out of the way tonight, because Justin Gaethje is the real deal. Justin Gaethje is a savage. He's not just a savage, he's a savage. You know, his leg kicks are brutal. Do you understand?
That's a spoiler.
What's his prediction? What round are you going?
Gaethje round 2.
I'm going Paddy submission round 2. You heard it here first. Basic news. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, the interim title at the end of the day, when the title is vacated, two fighters will fight for the interim belt. And basically then, whoever wins that will get a title shot. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be about Oiler to Poirier. I don't know whether it's going to be, what's my man's name? Oh, what's his name? Like, there's a few people in that division. I believe Paddy will submit Justin Gaethje tonight. Justin Gaethje is one of my favourite fighters. You know why? Because he's a savage. They don't call him the highlight reel for nothing. But if I was his coach, every time he wins and he gets up and does that backflip, my nerves would be gone. I'd say, listen, if you don't cut that shit out, I am not being your coach no more. You're going to end up smashing your knees and ankles by doing that. One day you'd be laid off for 18 months and the division would have moving on and people would have forgotten your name. Now, Justin Gaethje's fought the best. He's fought Dustin Poirier, he's fought Khabib Nurmagomedov. You understand? And I truly believe tonight Paddy will submit Justin. Paddy has a good skill set. He's well drilled, well rounded, great striker. He's got a great boxing IQ. You know, he's got a good jab. He's got a granite chin. And like I said, it's going to be a dog fight. Not a dog fight, a dag fight. D-A-W-G-G-G-G-G, gang, gang. It's going to be a dog fight. And then you have Rose Namajunas is fighting Silva in the women's division. And then you have Derek Lewis fighting in the heavyweight division. Like, Paddy, I think, is being pushed forward by the UFC because he's very marketable. He's very likeable. And I said to my brother last night, do you think Paddy Pimblett couldn't fill Anfield twice? Hey, do you not think Paddy Pimblett one day is going to headline Wembley? You know, how are you bold? I'm just having a quick cup of tea while the little fella is having his nap. We're on daddy duties this weekend, you know. And I love it. You know, like, I want to spend quality time with my son. And even if that means I'm kept awake all night, I won't lie, I get fucking stressed out. You know, I'm 51, I'm 52 this year, I'm not a fucking spring chicken. I've been around the block, you know. I've been around me block, 3 baby mothers with me cock, yeah. Yeah, 2 sugar. Yeah, shout out to me missus. I hope you win something tonight, love. Nah, listen, I'm a big UFC fan, and there's a lot of people on the community that don't get along, right? But you know, when it comes to sport, whether it be boxing, UFC, football, it's like we can all engage, even if we don't get on. If we're talking about football, we can move on. You know, everybody's welcome in here, every fan. Tottenham fans, City fans, Liverpool fans, Man City fans, Man United fans, Celtic fans, even Rangers fans are still welcome here. I think he's a shit role model for kids. You know, I'd like to see Conor get straight and fight on the White House lawn. Okay, if you're a big fan of UFC, can you give me a thumbs up? And tell you what I'll do. I'll ask you a question. What's your favourite women's fight of all time in the UFC? Okay, bold. what's your favourite woman's fight in UFC? And I'll tell you mine. And I'll tell you my reasons for it. And I'll tell you one of my favourite fights from old school as well was Jose Aldo Faber, Uriah Faber, the California kid. The California kid got kicked about 20 times in the leg and in the hip. The next day his leg was black. He looked like fucking Black Beauty. And he fight with Ronda Rousey. Do you know what mine is? Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Wei Lee. Hey, bold. She left a hematoma on her head like a Bro, here, watch this here. My impression of Joanna Jędrzejczyk after Wei Lee hitting her over 100 times in the face. Hey, bro, does that look familiar? No, I'm just saying, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, she had a bowl on her head. Like a bit smaller, but it was a big fuck off lump. Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Wei Lee is my favourite women's fight. I remember watching a fight back in the day with Uriah Faber versus Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo booted the legs off him. And he dominated that division. And then Conor McGregor upset him. Now, if I'm fighting you and I'm as famous as Conor McGregor, if I know that you don't like to be touched and I'm next to you or I'm behind you, I'm going to do that, look. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder. And when you get agitated and turn back around, I'm going to do that, look, on your head. You know, and proper get into your head. You know, like Conor was a master at it. You know, the one thing me and him have in common is, well, 2 or 3 things. Number 1, we both like fighting. Number 2, we both love our country. And number 3, I hope he sorts himself out. You know, he's a dad of 4 now. You know, he's got kids that look up to him. And he sets the standards, you know. I believe D. Devlin should have sued him for fucking half of what he has. For what he did to her. And what he put her through, you know what I mean? She gave up her life so he could follow his career. You know, so I have to give a shout out to his missus, but I think Katie Taylor would beat Ronda Rousey. And I'm not just saying that because I'm Irish. Katie Taylor has a certain skill set. She's a champion. Hey, Fran. And she's the perfect role model, not just for women boxing in Ireland, but for men too. You know, she's the perfect example of a champion. She's a champion 24 hours. You never see Katie Taylor in the paper. You never hear stories about Katie Taylor. You know why? She's so fucking humble and noble, and she's one of the best women's fighters of all time. Fuck Ronda Rousey, bro. You know, Katie Taylor had smacked the mouth off her. You know, what's Ronda got other than grabbing you and fucking doing judo moves on you? Judo rolls and throws. You know, Katie Taylor would pick her apart. She'd be just like that. Look, pinging the double jab into the face. Look, ba-boom. With the gloves on, you're just doing that. Look, tap, tap. Boom, boom. You know, but like I said, tonight, me and my brother have had a disagreement. He's going with Gaethje. I'm going with Paddy. You know, like I said, 155-pound division. The division that Khabib Nurmagomedov dominated. Now, Khabib's cousin Umar is fighting on the card tonight. Umar Nurmagomedov is fighting on this card one day. All them Dagestani fighters are next level. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I know me fighting. And see them, they're well drilled. Sambo, judo, karate, Muay Thai, MMA, boxing. They've got 6 characteristics in their skill set. And here, do you know what the 7th one is? Faith. Do you know what the 8th one is? Discipline. Do you know what the 9th is? Patience. Wait for the shot. Wait for it and anticipate for it. Because it's coming. Dink! You know, as soon as he drops his hands, boom! You know, I love fighting. I love watching it. I love, if I have to take part in it, so be it. You know, me brother can vouch for me. But I'm humble and I'm noble. And I'm getting old. So in my old age, I'm getting very sentimental. And this message goes out to anybody who's disrespected me in the last 3 months. I forgive you. I've no issue with you. You did this, not me. You accused me of A, B, C, and D. And you were wrong. Yeah. Will you want your brother to walk you to the ring? Defo, I'd have me brother in me corner, no problem. Hey Mark, someone said, right, if I was walking to the ring, would I walk to the ring with you? Of course I would. Me and me other brother, you know, big Irish flag. You know, like I said, I was never ambitious. I can have a go, but I'm an old man. You know, I learned how to fight on a street corner where me mates used to give me bloody noses on a regular basis. And then a few minutes later, we'd be playing cards with aces. You know, fuck you and your faces. I am the Riddler, not the fiddler. Skill's always been in session, and it's not my fault if you missed the lesson. How can I help you with your aggression? I'm a certified psychopath here. I'm not messing. Or effing, or jeffing, or stressing. You know, I can help you, call it a blessing. And to all the haters out there here, my channel's numbers are going up slowly to keep you guessing. Man's over here, not stressing. Oh, fucking hell, that's a hard one, that. Hey, Mark, I'll let me brother answer this, right, bro? One of the lads in the chat said to me, okay, so one of the bowl keyboard said, what would your nickname be? If you could give me a nickname to fight with, what would it be?
The butcher.
What?
The butcher.
The butcher? Okay, I'll take that. The butcher, what? Now look what you started. Where's them sausages? Where's that bacon? Get that bacon on so I can eat it. Fucking butcher, what? Like, my brother will tell you, right, now, me brother used to be a chef, right, and he's a damn good one, right, and he worked for some really big chefs, yeah. It's like, and he did that for over 10 years or more. And then I ended up doing a similar job, you know, and it's like, back then, if you wanted to fight, you wouldn't make money out of it, you know, but you see the way fight is now, the way you have, shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh, shout out to Riyadh Season, can you sponsor me? And I have a reason. But anyway, shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh for getting 6 of the biggest names in world fighting. Number 1, Al Heyman. Number 2, Bob Arum. Number 3, Oscar De La Hoya. Number 4, Frank Warren. Number 5, Eddie Hearn. Number 6, Ben Shalom. Okay. So, they're the biggest promoters in boxing. He's cornering the market, and it's beautiful. Because one day my son is going to be a millionaire. You know, it's in his DNA. You know, my granddad was a boxer. It's like all my uncles can fight. And it's just the same with me, except for I'm a humble guy. I don't like fight. You know what I mean? I don't need validation. I'm an old man. I'm a has-been. You know, from many years ago. But I don't lie. Listen, see my hands have been smashed to bits that many times. You know, my validation is me brother. Bro, I fucking Logan Paul's an arrogant bastard. But, well, bro, listen, I try my best to be humble. It's happened again. One sec, guys. Give me a sec. There you go. Sorry about that. Nah, like I said, look, you have to be humble in life. Life will humble you, you know. We go through good times and we go through bad times. But what I've noticed about the YouTube community is there's a good 25% that make videos and call people out. Then you have another 50% who grow their channels off the back of someone else. That's embarrassing. Have you no creativity? I might have a small channel, but I've reached people. You know, I've helped a couple of people through suicide ideology. You know, I walked over there purposely to trigger myself this morning. You know, you see that pillar? I laid it with that. I hugged it. And the train ran over me. That's the reason why. Because there was a dip. You know, and it just ran over me. I got burnt with oil, but... You know, and then what I didn't realise was I was going to go on to become a dad again and a grandfather. So never give up the fight, you know, because there's always dark and there'll always be light. And on YouTube we need solidarity, we need to unite. We need to unite the clans and light the beacons. To all the people that watch me that are positive in my life, I appreciate it. But what I will say is, we have a roller coaster coming. So, I'm going to give my mods permission to remove anybody who's disrespectful to me in my life. Yeah. And don't whine or bitch about it. As soon as you come in me live, if you're negative with me, I won't do it. I want to see who has the balls to do it. You know, just do your job. It's like, that's all I'll ask you. Do your fucking job. You know, I do mine on a daily basis, and we do this shit for free. You know, there's not many people like me on this community. They're just grabbers. They want more. You know, it's like you want more all the time. You know, my pain's so fucking bad. Really bad. You know, progressively it's getting worse. And without them, I'm fucked. I'm fucked anyway.
Where's your phone, Joe? Where's your phone?
But, yeah, so like I said, it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's like I have 607 subs to get to hit me target, and I'll hit it. You know, we're in the hundreds now. Like, if I can hit 5,000 subs just after Paddy's Day, I'll take that. Like I said, New Year, I got bad news. Then I got more bad news. And I don't need to talk about my personal life on here, but listen to me. Just don't come in here and be disrespectful to me. You know, because I dedicate a lot of time on here for free. And loads of people come in from all over the place. And then what happens is they start adding each other and going into each other's channels. And it's networking. And I've got a lot of support from the Irish community. Shout out to all the boys back home in Dublin. From Ballyer, Clondalk and Tala. From Lucan, from Ballymun, from Ballybuck, from Ballybrack. To the whole of town. Blanchardstown, Finglas, Cabra, Coolock. Yeah, and Finglas inside the K. You know, like I said years ago, the police are exactly like that. We used to do things like, you know, that got us into a lot of trouble. You know, I was always a passenger. You know, but I was very easily led, me. But I won't blame me mates for my fuck-ups. I'll blame me. You know, but we got it back in the end, didn't we? You know, we can even speak a couple of languages. Not fluent, but I did learn myself a couple. A little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Irish, a little bit of English, a little bit of Scottish, a little bit of Welsh. Hey mate, thank you for the compliment. Shout out to you. And if you're not sub to QERDLS, give him a sub. Shout out to the gay community in Manchester and all over the world. Shout out to all the transgender community around the world. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Alice. I'm a big fan of Shirley Temple, Shirley Bassey, ABBA, the Village People, and Bros, and Wham. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. I owe you nothing. Nothing at all. But like tonight, like I said, Paddy Pimblett is fighting tonight for the interim 155 title. You know how big that is. You know, he's I like Paddy, you know why? Because he wears his heart in his sleeve, and I'll tell you another reason why. He spreads a lot of awareness about suicide and stuff like that, you know, and that's why I respect him, you know. I respect people that want to do good and want to help people, you know. I'm always a big fan of that. The things you do for love. Thank you. Yeah, and shout out to you and all the guys around the world that watch me. You know, everybody's welcome here. It doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight. You know. This is what I'm saying. We're on here to unite the clans and light the beacons. You know. That's the way I see it. Unite the clans and light the beacons. But there is a few people in the community that need help, guys. You know, and you could help them. You know, like I said, I don't have to help anybody, you know, because a lot of people have disrespected me on here, you know, and I've always tried to be their bro or their mate, you know, and it's like, if you insult me for no fucking good reason, don't complain about it, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm a humble guy and I always apologise when I'm in the wrong, and a few people owe me apologies, simple as, you know. I've not done nothing to any of you, you know. It's like, and the way I feel is, I feel disrespected, you know what I mean? And like I said, if you don't take my word for it, I can't do nothing about that. You know, I try to be as level-headed as I can, you know. It's like, but, like I said, people sometimes, they switch on you, and it's not nice, you know. When they make threats to you. Hey, Mark. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I'll tell you what, I'm not the worst person on here, you know that? Like, all I've ever done is try to help people. That's what I do. You know, and like, you get cunts and you you help them grow their channel, and they won't even fucking buy you a coffee, man. Or fucking do their job as a mod. So, alright, Mark, how you doing, buddy? Just let me do this. Let me see what my phone's on. It's only on 5%. It'll probably die on me, yeah? Yeah, Mark, I'm just fucking watching the little man. You know, so me brothers in there, like, you know what I mean? They're keeping an eye on him. You know. Let me have a quick smoke, you know. Yo, shout out to all the gay community. Everybody's welcome here. Listen to me, yeah? There's a lot of gay people in the world that have to lie to their parents and shit like that. And someone asked me this question many years ago, and I'll give you the same answer. If my son come to me one day and says, Dad, I'm gay, you know, I'd say, okay, son, you know, that doesn't matter. I'm not going to love you no different. You know, you're my son, you're my boy. I love you. And even if you take it up the arsenal, I'll still love you. You know, it doesn't bother me. You know, if you want to wear women's clothes at the weekend and call yourself Rosie, listen, I've no issue as long as you're cozy. You know, everybody in Manchester, we have a gay village here, and there's a lot of people don't accept people that are gay. Listen, and I'll tell you, yeah, there's a lot of gay people that have to live up to their parents' expectations, and sometimes it becomes too much because of temptations, you know, and locations, you know. This is why I sympathise with the gay community, because 25% of the gay community in Manchester are still in the closet. They're afraid to tell their parents because they feel like they've let them down, or, you know, some people end up going and killing themselves, some gay people, because they can't tell their parents, because their parents have their life mapped out for them, you know. So I sympathise, man. You know, I've been to Manchester's gay village loads of times, okay? Now listen to me, yeah? I haven't got long because my phone's about to die. But, nah, Mark, listen. In Manchester, there's a gay village, right? And it's more accepted in Manchester. Like, why should gay people, listen, I have one in there, just need to charge it. Gay people face ridicule all the time. You know, and like I said, everybody's welcome in my life. I don't care whether you're gay, straight, black, white. You know, I don't see people like that. I see it as a person. And I have to respect your choices. You know, I don't have to, but as a man, that's the way I feel. I've loads of gay mates. Me nephew was gay, me brother's son's gay. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. I am not a gay, but I'm not afraid to say. Shout out to the LGBT community. What more could I say? So, my son's aunt's in there with his uncle, you know, and like I said, right, I better move, because my phone's gonna die. Let me pack this shit out. Get in your bows, you. Mark, did you pick around? Hey, did you pick around for Gaethje and Paddy? I'm gonna go a round 2 submission by Paddy the fucking baddie, mate, yeah. Shout out to Paddy the baddie and all the little baddies out there on YouTube. Shout out to all the baddies. You know, third round, Justin. I remember that, Mark. Mark, have you got a pen anywhere? A pen? I'm going out of. I just wanted to write down a couple of predictions. Right, Mark, hang on, stay there a minute, bro, and I'll get your prediction. Me brother's going the 3rd round, Justin Gaethje, and you've just said the 3rd round, Justin, yeah? Thank you. Thanks, Sonny. Right, so. Here's the thing, right? Justin Gaethje has devastating leg kicks, right? Now, if you're a southpaw, yeah, and he's kicking your right lead leg, he's got, look, you're compromised. Once your leg is kicked 4 times, you're seriously compromised. But because of adrenaline and because you're training camp, you can't quit. You have to just, you know, sometimes your game plan goes out the window when you get hit in the face. So I'm gonna write down right, so Mark Richardson. Now, one of the lads in my channel, Mark Richardson. Hang on. Right, so Mark Richardson. Mark Richardson. Round 3, Justin. Right, so I'm gonna go R3J. So I have your prediction. Right, let me write down my brother's prediction. Mark McDonald. Mark McDonald. Round 3, Justin. So Mark, you and another Mark have said round 3, Justin. Leg kicks can compromise your plan. It's like I said, if you try to take the centre of the octagon straight away, you know what I mean? You have to try feel him out for the first round, you know what I mean? Not make any mistakes, not try to take him down too early, you know. Be an opportunist, wait for your shot. Wait, be patient, it'll come. And then when it comes, don't overextend. You know, because if you throw a right hand at him, your hands are up, your left hand is up guard. It's like your right hand's in front of you like that. So if you throw a right hand to the face, yeah, and your left hand is covering your left side. So if you do that, bang, Justin Gaethje is the type of person that'll throw an overhand left, yeah, and bang, kick you in the leg, right? Once. He stood there like that. He feints the right hand, yeah? So it's like this, right? So he stood on there, that's his lead leg, yeah? So let's say I go like that, I pretend, and it's like, I go bang, and that's two, you know. Well, this is what I'm going to do. So I have your prediction, Mark, and I'll write down today. Like I said, I wasn't supposed to be doing a live because my little fella's still asleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on and I'm going to get a couple of people's predictions. You know, I like people to get involved. You know, it's like, oh, what's your prediction for tomorrow? United Arsenal.
You know what?
Go on.
Because we demolished City in ecstatic fashion,
Yeah.
United are going to beat Arsenal 3-1 tomorrow.
Well, bro, do you know what? I like that energy, so I hope we beat Arsenal 3-1 tomorrow. No, fuck that, Mark. I'm stripping me hair, mate, and I'm not doing it this week. I'm gonna get a stripping kit next week. Strip me hair, it'll go blonde, and then I'm going back to gay. Oh, I'm going back to grey. Sorry.
You going back to gay, yeah?
No, I said grey. Fuck off.
You tell him go back to gay.
Well, you know what I meant. I am not a gay. That colour grey, yeah? Fuck's sake. I meant to say grey. Fuck off, Mark. Both of yous, fuck off. But, hang on, let me see. Let me see. I can sit over there. Right, hang on, let me get me tea and me things over here. Right, come on, we go over here real quick, right? And we'll plug ourselves in over here. Come on. Plug it in, plug it in. One tomorrow. Right, where's the pen gone? Right, I have it here, right, so. 1 sec, Mark, cause me phone's dying, bro. So I have to stick you like that for a minute, but it won't stay there. Right, so it's like you're going round 3. My brother's going round 3, Justin Gaethje. I'm going Paddy, second round submission. And if not the second round, it's a championship fight tonight. So rather than 3 rounds, there'll be 5 rounds. It's my favourite division, the 155 division. The division Conor moved up to after he beat Jose. You know, to become the first 2-time division champion in UFC history. Now, my mates call me an enthusiast, a boxing enthusiast, because I'm a fan of it all my life. You know, my dad wanted me to fight. You know, he threw me into a couple of clubs when I was younger. And then I learned how to defend myself. How you could do? And here, if you're not sub to our Kudu, the Buddha, give me a sub. I've not seen you for ages, bro. Happy New Year to you and your kids and that. Bro, come here. Did you fight Liam a second time? Or are you meant to fight again? Yeah, Kudu, it's good to see you, bro. Kudu. dead buddy. Right, brother, while you're in here, I want to ask you something, yeah? What's your prediction tonight for Paddy versus Justin Gaethje? I know you'll have an opinion on it. Could do, dead buddy. Right, so I'm going to put all your predictions here, right? Not yet, but will be happening this year, July or June or July sometime, I think. I don't really know Liam well. I've spoke to you more than I've spoke to Liam. It's like, but he seems an alright lad. I don't know him, and I don't know what your history is, but he seems an alright lad. The Perrys are good lads. I'm going Paddy second round submission. Listen, if Paddy can win tonight, I truly believe the UFC is pushing Paddy because he's very marketable, okay? Now, if he goes on and wins the interim title, he gets a title shot to have the real belt, okay? At 155. Now, Paddy is always leading his head up, and Justin Gaethje will take him off. Overhand right, leg kick at the same time. Which one do you defend? How do you defend it? You can check it. Do you understand? It's like, but them leg kicks are devastating. Paddy the body to win on decision or maybe knockout going. Beast, I think Paddy's better chance at belt in here.
Tell him, Gemma, yeah. How emotional 66 days.
Alright, cried. I'll be honest with you. And here he's talking about, he's right, so he has a videotape, right, so Bobby Sands basically, he was an IRA man, right, he got sent to jail, to the maze, and then he ran as a politician for Sinn Féin and, or whatever, so he basically does a vote to see who's in charge, whatever, so he was elected into Parliament. But Thatcher, she could have taken them off the hunger strike. She didn't. He went on it for 66 days without food. And halfway through it, when he went blind, he has a cassette and he's saying, I feel so bad for putting my mother through this. My mother cries herself to sleep every night. Oh, Gemma, I broke me heart. Yeah, it breaks me heart. And you know what?
You want to know why he did it? Because he took the right, because back in the day, right, if you was arrested for terrorism back in the day, you was classed as a political prisoner.
So you should have political asylum and status.
You should have political rights in jail. Then put the political rights.
Yeah, but like I said, my mates call me a boxing enthusiast analyst. Not my words, theirs. You know, ask Mark. Like we have a boxing club, yeah, near this housing estate, and 80% of it is gypsies, and I was offered to be a coach in it. Hey, Mark will tell you, listen, I'm not a tough guy or a hard man or a fighting man. I don't like fighting. Look here, I'm an old man, yeah, look here. Any fool can see that. Look at me knuckles. My hands are destroyed. All of them. Fighting's a young man's game. And I like to see people fight and shake hands afterwards. There's too much hate going on YouTube. And sometimes we all get involved in it without realising. Like I've lived in this city 32 years and Manchester's been good to me. It's been good to me children. All my kids are in Manchester, every one of them. Me grandkids, this city's been very good to me. But there's a lot of pricks in this city who are accountable for their words and their actions. Only God can judge me. There's two people that have wronged me, but I forgive them, and I'm saying two men. Well, depending who you ask. But I don't need to name anybody. I've supported a lot of people in this community for a lot of time. I've plugged a few people, you know. They were good to me, you know. But anybody that's good to me on YouTube that's ever given me anything has fucked me over. You know, told lies about me. You know, tried to interfere in my relationship and break my relationship up. That caused me a big row when I come back here. You did that. All by yourself. You're responsible for that one.
And then you got Stephen Gately. I will be bleeding hollow. Then you got Stephen Gately. No matter what
No matter what they say, I am not fucking perfect. And I am not a gay. Hey everybody. So normally I don't do lives because I'm always up in the dungeon, prison, fucking, yeah. But while my son's asleep I said I'd come on and say hello. Yeah, I did say there was something I wanted to get off my chest. Listen, anybody who's upset me, interfered in my business, me family, insulted me, called me names, threatened me, I forgive you. I want it to be known, I forgive every one of you that have done me wrong on here. And I don't need to name anybody, you know. It's like Manchester is full of fucking snakes. You know, there's snakes everywhere. There's snakes in Liverpool and Ireland too. You know. It's like, but at least you know what you get with me. You know what I mean? At least you know what you get with me.
Do you want a cup of tea, Joe?
Go, yeah, fuck it, go on then.
I need to stop drinking this shit. This is maybe...
Go on then. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Gay, who? Fly, we're Fly Zone. Never mind Boy Zone, Fly Zone. So, Mark, we're going to pretend to be take that. Who are you, Gary or Robbie?
Robbie.
I'm Robbie all day.
Robbie all day long, man.
Yeah, go on, you go, Gary, because I can give you loads of stick. You know. Was he?
No, he was married when I was.
Yeah, listen, there's loads of men married out there that have.
I remember he was married. I was kidding, that's not okay.
Well, listen, and I tell you, it doesn't really.
My son's gay.
Mark's son's gay.
My son's gay.
Well gay.
I love it, I love the shopping.
I'm the same. It's like, you know what I mean, my nephew's gay. Gay as fucking can be, and I'm happy for him. You know. Bro, will you stop? It's like, you know what I mean? John is a gay man. John is a gay man. I don't even want to think about it. A giver or a taker. I don't even want to fucking know. You know, because one day I'll meet my maker. You know, giving and taking. I don't want to listen to that. You know, my cousin takes her up to Wrexham, and fair play to him. You know, shout out to the Hubble spaceship. When my son wakes up, we're gonna do the spinneroonie. You know, it's like me on the telly, right? And you know what? He loved that little tree house. You know. Nah, but guys, look at here. This is me dad's garden, okay, right? I swear on me dad's grave, yeah? Life's too short. I'd like to shout out to the people who've hurt me feelings, who've called me names, who've told lies about me, who've called me more names. I forgive you. You know, I'm moving forward. The way I see it is I know who's on my side and I know who's not. You know, and I won't have no petulance in my life. I look, fuck's sake, bro. Thanks for that. There's another nickname. I look like a lesbian darts player. Yeah, bro, I look like a lesbian. I am not a lesbian. You know. Shout out to all the lesbians everywhere. Shout out to the LGBTQ. Yes, bro. Shout out to all the shout out to all the gays in the city. This is Manchester, yeah, and they're all pretty. Yeah. How about this? Do you want me pocket? Here, take it. Go on, you just have to grab it. My name's not Teabag. Prison break. Here, whatever jail. I can breathe. I can run like Black Beauty. And when my son wakes up here, he's probably gonna go pukey. Cause we're doing the spin-a-rooney. And later on we might play a few tunesy. As they say, look at the sky. You know, there's something going on over at the Etihad. Hang on, guys. My thing's gonna go off. Just let me put this fucker on charge. Oh, where's the charger? Oh, it's over there. No, sorry about that. Hang on, my phone's gonna die. Who's at the door? What? Okay.
Was it? Is it for me? Oh, no, good.
Tell you what, it's a bit nippy out there. My nipples are like bullets. Fuck. Oh, it's done. What the fuck? Get off me.
What's my shirt?
Oh, my little Christmas photo fell off. I'd not touched it.
Oh, bollocks, no.
Don't do that. Right, come on. Give me on. Oh, that's weird. It just fell off.
We'll find a wrong way back.
Shit, a soldier of Ireland. Do you want to read that, right? I was one of those. That's my uncle. That was my hero as a kid. I was one of those that others did not dare to be. I went where others feared to go. I did what others failed to do. I asked nothing from those who gave nothing, and reluctantly accepted the thought of eternal loneliness shall I fail. I have seen the face of terror, felt the sting of fear, and enjoyed the sweet taste of a moment's love. I have cried, pained, and hoped, but most of all, I have lived times what others would say are best forgotten. At least now today, I am able to say that I am proud of what I was, a soldier. You know, it's my uncle. Bro, Mr. Sheep, listen, it's one thing slating me, but it's another thing taking the piss. He said, thanks, bro. He said I look like a lesbian hair.
What?
Is that a compliment? A lesbian hairdresser. Or look, I look like a lesbian. Darts. Here, I'm not bad at darts. Are you only good at darts?
I'm alright, I'm fucking punching people's heads.
Yeah, we're good at that too. Fuck off. Now what? Look at you, you're on the ground. Now I'm going to video you. And everyone's going sick. Me standing over your carcass. Like that, look. There's a couple of people I want to do that to. You know, I've had an argument with someone a few weeks ago from Manchester. You know, and this geezer thinks he's a real tough guy, you know what I mean? He's been saying certain things about me to certain people. You know, and I've not met this guy yet. You know, so I hope I bump into him. You know, like I get on with a lot of people on the YouTube community, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm respectful to people, you know. Like, if you go into someone else's channel and you're positive and you're regular and you're consistent and we have something in common, whether it be mental health illness, drug addiction, recovery, whether it be football, boxing, UFC, there's a lot of things we could be talking about rather than every 2 minutes someone calling someone else out. On YouTube, I understand why a lot of people do it. I get it. You know, they want to boost their ego and they want to boost their channel. But a lot of them get stuck in the mud. You know, like, the reason why my channel didn't get stuck in the mud, I'll give you 3 reasons. Number one, I don't call people names. Only unless they do it to me first. I don't get other channels struck. That's a rule. You know, I'm not like Video Craig and all them creepy bastards. You know, panic button in your house. Yeah, your YouTube button's nice right beside your panic button, bitch. Shout out to Denise Bulger and fuck John Venables. How about that? Nah, bro, you're good. I like a bit of banter, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm flattered. You know, at least you said hairdresser, you know what I mean? It's like, I wouldn't put it on my skill set, and I don't think my brother would like me to do that either. My brothers can speak for me. You know, I've been a set my army life. You know, like when I was a kid and I lost my brother and sister, I used to pray to God to send me a brother or sister, and he sent me 2 and 1. He sent me 2 brothers and a sister, and I said, if anyone fucks with me family, I'll stand in front, you know, because that's my job. You know, I'm the oldest, so I'm kind of stupid like that. Like, I'll always say this till the day I die. I try to be humble and noble, but I'm not a hard man, a fighting man, not a tough guy. But if you swing in my direction, I'm fucking tagging you. And I think that's the same with everybody. We all have our own space and we all have boundaries. And sometimes our patience can be tested. It's like you can have a shit day, you can have a shit week, get the worst news ever you could expect. And then you have people who you actually care about, who are putting you down. You know, when you're going through one of the worst phases of your life. So, I have plenty of friends in the real world. You know, I didn't come on here to make friends or money. I come on here to grow a community within a community. I come on here to help a couple of channels, and I've did that. We're on 14 now. It's like including Glenn's. 14 channels now I've tried to help. Just because no one else is going to do it for you on YouTube. So, I went down my way to do it. you know, it's like this has always been about growing a channel for a certain audience, but at the time when I started this channel, I didn't know a thing about algorithms or analytics. You know, I hadn't got a clue, so I had to do a crash course and learn myself. I've had advice off a couple of people. You know, shout out to Chopper if you're ever watching this. Happy New Year, bro. Shout out to Scott in Australia. I hope you're well, big man. I've not heard from you in a minute, so I hope he's alright. I have a duty of care to the people that come in and out of my channel. What rigs do you use when perch fishing? Matt, I'm probably the worst fisherman on YouTube, and basically I don't really use a rig. It's a simple little method. I'll just get let's say a 2-3 gram weight, and I'll just tie it off about 7 foot, and I'll get a couple of lead shot about that much away from the foot, about that much away from the hook, starting here and up here. I'll have 2 lead shots there. I'll have like a weight. I can either use a feeder, a swim feeder, and pack it full of maggots, or sorry, worms, you know, the red chandlers, and then just drop it in. And have a guess what I caught, Matt, right? I couldn't believe it, bro, yeah? So, I'm fishing there one day and I didn't get a bite, yeah? And I'm watching me rod, and it starts going like that, yeah? So, I reeled it in, and have a guess what was on the end of it, bro? A fucking crab. I couldn't believe it, right? I was like, no fucking way, I've caught a crab. You know, here, I'm packing up now. I come to catch a fish, and I caught frogs, and I caught crabs. You know, honestly, yeah. And then the following day, I'm fishing, yeah, and I see me rod go like that, because I bottom fish, right? I watch me rod, bro, yeah, I have it on a rest, and as soon as it does that, so I seen it doing that, I pulled it up, and have a guess what was on the end of it? A fucking crayfish. I couldn't believe it, bro, a little baby shrimp. I fucked the back. I'd say it was about 300 gram or something, but I couldn't believe it. In the canal, catching mud crabs and them little small things that look like lobsters, crayfish. I couldn't believe it. You know, I was over the moon. I was like, I come to catch fish and I caught a fucking crayfish, you know. But most of the time, bro, when I'm bottom fishing, I just use a big lead weight, not a massive one, about 3 gram, and then about halfway down the line, I'll put a couple of lead shots, and then what I'll do, I'll tie me hook a certain way, you know what I mean? I'll put you know them little boilies, the small ones, on me hook, there's it's a rig, yeah, with a little circle on it, and basically you get little orange boilies, yeah, and you can put one on, and if you want to put a hook on, or if you want to put a worm on, you can do the same. Do you know what, bro, right, check this out. So, I got skilled by this geezer on the canal one day. As I was lifting in this crayfish, he was walking past, and he's like, no way. He's like, you caught a crayfish? I was like, yeah. I was like, he said, why are you so surprised? He said, I've caught loads of them in here. I was like, fuck off. He said, I have, honestly. I was like, bro, that's the first crayfish I've ever caught on a hook. You know, I'm over the moon. You know, I come here for fish, and I got a crayfish and going home. Listen, I caught a fish. It just was a crayfish. Tomato, right? And he started telling me about how crayfish fuck up the canal system, but what I will say is, I need to go fish on a river the next time. You know, I'm gonna stop going to canal. I'm gonna go the next week. I'm going fishing with my other son. You know, this weekend I'm spending some quality time with my family because I got some bad news.
Right, well, ministry of sound is more like how that guy was, he's a,
That's what hurts me feelings when people I think actually care just turn on me for no reason. Like, I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing until I can't do it anymore, until I can't remember my own name probably. Because once I hit, I want to talk to you about something. Now, I can either set myself or I can extend my target to 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 subs. I've already did 7,056 videos. I've already hit 2.873 million people around the world and 4,394 subscribers. And we are 605 subs away from it. And would you bet on me not hitting it? Like, I can go over the Etihad and make loads of content. I can go over to the Co-op Arena and make loads of content. I could go to the centre of Manchester and make some content. Bring me brother with me and say, brother, hold this camera a minute. There's somebody over there I want to go say hello to. And my brother knows what I mean when I say hello. You know, and my brother to catch it all on camera. To that individual I've not met yet, if I see you in that place in town, and my brother's with me, I guarantee you one thing, yeah? You're going to get knocked out on camera. And I'll just leave you. I'll just hit you and walk. Bounce. But saying that, there's too many cameras in town. And there's too many rats on YouTube. But I think I'm better off fishing in a canal, man. I've watched a couple of your videos. Like, I clicked on your channel and that. Like, you've many subs have you got, Matt? If you don't mind me asking. Like I said, bro, even fishing. I don't know you, you don't know me, but we have that in common. Just under 500. Guys, if you're watching this live now, this afternoon, this evening, tonight, tomorrow, and you like fishing, could you do me a favour and sub to Matt K? That's a capital K. Matt, capital K, 98. He's just under 500 subs. So go over and give him a sub. Because he's an angler. He's a better fisherman than I am. You know, but it's good because it's like, look, I've a lot of passions in life. And I like fishing, even though I'm not very good at it. But I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to lose and not catch fish. Because when I don't catch fish, while I'm not catching, I'm making content and videos. You know, so I'm always doing something. But yeah, I can't say too much on here, bro, but I'm not very good. You know. I can't talk about something I'm not spoke to my kids about. But whatever God wants, I suppose. Yeah, well, bro, I love getting out on the water and just looking at the ducks coming up the road, if it's not the barges. Mark, wait till you hear this. So I'm fishing on the canal a few months ago, yeah? And I sees a barge coming up the canal, and I'm like, this fucking bastard. I was at the throwing loads of bait into the water, baiting up me swim. I'm sitting there, pissed off, about to say, because I know he's going to say, hey mate, you alright? No, I'm not, you've just ruined my spot. Have a guess, Vicky Vivian on a barge. You know she owns the barge. You know what else she owns? Do you know where Edge Lane is when you go over the canal bridge?
Yeah.
To the left, she lives in them houses that are alongside the canal. Waterway Street, it's called.
Right.
I'm fishing. She goes, hey Jude. I'm like, hey Vicky. She said, I'm sorry about that. I was like, don't worry about it. Where'd you get? Well, she was on a barge with some geezer going past, waving at me. Nah, look, it's nice to get out because, like, sometimes it's like it's good to gather your thoughts, you know. I've got a lot on my mind, and I've got like 5 or 6 times, or 5 or 6 things in my head at one time. You know, I'm not a young man anymore. Like, you know, I'm a granddad, I'm a dad, I'm a father, I'm an uncle, I'm a cousin, I'm a nephew. You know, I'm a friend, I'm a partner. You know, loads of things. No point in having a dog and barking yourself. Look at the fucking Indian thing. Maybe. Anyway, if you're watching this, missus, I hope you're having a good time. Thomas is being very good. He's still having his nap. His uncle and auntie are in there watching. So, Matt, do you like UFC? Who are you going with tonight, Paddy or Justin Gaethje? I'm gonna go. I have to go with Paddy. You know, it's like, and I'd like him to bring her home, even though I wasn't born here. This is me home. England's my home, and England's been very good to me. So is Manchester. All my children are here, bro. But could you recommend any decent river in Manchester for me, Matt? Like, a few people have told me to go on Salford Quays and do a bit of spinning, because there's a lot of pike in there. You know, wrong one I'm sucking on. I'd like to fish on Loch Ness. You know, like, it's beautiful, it's majestic. You know, it's like one of the most beautifulest things I've seen in the world. You were born in Middleton. My brother's chick's from Middleton. What part of Middleton? Jem, you're from Middleton, isn't it? All right, no, because someone in the chat, he lives in Scotland, but he was born in Middleton. Scotland's a lovely place, like some of it, but up there, man, they're knife crazy, Jimmy. Stabbing people and... What? I look like I'm from Scotland with a hair like this. They fucking fuck me out, Scotland, looking like this. You know, I've been insulted all week, you know. A fucking gay hairdresser, that's one. That's just one. A gay hairdresser. What was the other one? No, sorry, a lesbian hairdresser. Yeah. Yeah, the Mardi Gras do be good. You know, I'm a big fan of Alice in Wonderland. It's probably a game, is it? Yeah, it could be a game, you never know. So my brother, like I said, we're gonna have a game of the PlayStation tonight. So me and the lads, we're gonna have a lads' night soon. You know, a golf tournament. You know, like my brothers don't play games, even though he has a PlayStation 5. He plays it. He's not a gamer. He's not a nerd. My brothers aren't nerds. I tell you that. You know. But we're all very close, you know. And if there's something wrong with me, like, you know, I want to be around my family. You know. And like I said, my target's not far away, but I have to distance myself from a few people now because you've made a choice. You've come in and upset me, and you couldn't have hurt me feelings at a worse time in my life. But it's okay, I forgive all yous, and there's about 40 yous. I forgive you, and I'm moving past now. So anybody who's insulted me, call me names, call me a liar, call me a thief, call me this, call me that, I forgive you. You lived in Langley. Mark used to pal around up there. When he gets off the phone, I'll ask him. Is that Hoya Broughton, is it no? No, or is that out in Salford? Mark, you palled around on Langley, didn't you?
No, I wouldn't say I palled around, but I know a few people from there.
Yeah, my brother, like a few of his friends lived up them ways, up that way, up near what's it called? Crumsel. Okay, I'll be in now. Right, guys, listen to me. I'm gonna end me live. Thanks very much for coming in. Glenn, do me a favour. Try go live. Press the cross. A message will come up. It'll take 24 hours to activate, and then you can do your own lives. You know. But anyway, back to daddy duties. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so tonight Paddy Pimlet is gonna submit Justin Gaethje. Me brother thinks he's gonna knock him out in the third round. Mark thinks he's going to knock him out in the third round. It's like, you know. And tomorrow we'll do a reaction video, and I'll get you a reaction. But tonight, Derek Lewis, here's my treble. Rose Namajunas to win, Derek Lewis to win, and Paddy Pimlet to submit Justin, the highlight reel, Gaethje, and become the 155 interim world lightweight champion. I can see it in lights. I can see it at Anfield. If Paddy the Baddy becomes lightweight champion, he'll get his dream fight at Anfield. Justice for the 97, and may they all have a bed in heaven. Jude McDonald is on, I'm done. And maybe later on, you'll see me, I'll come. We out. I'm done. Yeah, no.